So, a long time ago, Barry Goldwater said that if the preachers ever get a hold of the Republican Party, the government will no longer be able to function. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember if that's his exact quote, but it's basically the gist of it. And to a large part, he was absolutely correct. See, when Reagan let the evangelicals in to basically get their hands on the Republican Party in exchange for larger votes and better voter turnout, it's not only the Republican Party that was affected. See, the Republican Party, their platform intensified, and then it's basically, these are your beliefs. You're not going to budge on your beliefs and your principles. So instead of being able to compromise, you're not able to compromise. You can't bend when your base literally thinks that bending equals going to hell. But because of this inflexibility, then the left also became inflexible, and the two positions basically started at that point. We're going to push votes through outrage and fear and paranoia and conspiracy. And at this point, after it's progressed for so long, the sides are so polarized against each other when really, if you're a liberal, conservatives aren't your enemy. If you're a conservative, liberals aren't your enemy. We're all in the same game on the same team. The only difference is method of approach. So when two people are trying to solve the same problem, why should they fight each other? But see, then it goes deeper than that. This false dichotomy is perpetuated essentially for profit. It's all about, the greed of the oligarchs that are in control of both parties. Both parties are guilty of it. And, until we recognize that we need to stop supporting these parties, it's just going to continue. It's just going to get worse. And there are many, many examples I could talk about, which is why my words get really jumbled when I do videos, is because there's so many things I want to talk about all at once, but I can't fit all of that into a video, especially with shit internet and a shitty camera phone. So here's a quick example of the oligarchs, the corporate leaders, the people in power and the wealthiest among us pitting us against each other so that we don't go after them. And I saw this recently in the news, so I thought I'd discuss it here really quick. Right now, apparently, there's a guy suing Burger King because their Impossible Whopper was cooked on the same thing as meat. Now, the lawsuit itself, it's kind of stupid. I never saw it advertised as vegan. Maybe it was somewhere and I just didn't see it. But, whether you agree or not with the lawsuit, have you noticed that the term frivolous lawsuit is very common in our nomenclature? Like, have you noticed that it's already something that people go on about? The reason for this is lawsuits are basically a way that the individual can hold companies or the government or any other organization. It can hold them liable for their actions and keep them honest, basically. Now, these organizations and companies don't want to be kept honest. They want to be able to get away with, doing things in ways that they shouldn't do. So they want the public opinion to be against exercising this very right that protects the public. So what better way to do this than with a campaign against the lawsuits themselves? So you get, probably the most common story you've heard is the woman that sued McDonald's because her coffee was too hot. Now, when it's explained like that, it sounds ridiculous, but what people don't realize is that was an intentional PR campaign by McDonald's to discredit not only this woman, but any frivolous lawsuits like it. McDonald's had been warned several times to reduce the ridiculous hold temperature of their coffees, and then this woman got horrific third-degree burns. Like, Google the pictures if you don't believe me. These burns are horrific. That poor old woman. And McDonald's was damn well liable because they had already been advised several times that they needed to turn that temperature down. But instead, there's like this huge PR campaign on a national level to end frivolous lawsuits. So what happens is, when you have the public opinion against these frivolous lawsuits, then going into it, the opinion is already swayed against the person bringing up the lawsuit, which makes it easier for companies and organizations and even the government to get away with doing things they shouldn't do, because the public opinion is against the system put in place to keep these entities, liable and honest and, doing things the way they're supposed to do. But I don't have too much time to rant at the moment. I just thought I'd, talk about that really quick. I'm going to try to make better organized videos going from here, but it's just, I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world. I still don't even have any logos or anything for the channel yet. So, I mean, but eventually I'll get it. But, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, all that good shit. And I'll see you next time.